I wish I wasn't the last person. And Christina, you're so hard to follow. Oh my God.
No quotes?
No quotes, but I did write. But I wrote because I wanted it to be concise about the people that are really, really, you want me to yell? You should give me a microphone. I wanted to speak about the people that are really important to me of why North Shore Relationship Center made the decision to engage in a merger in the first place. So I know that there's been a lot of questions about Victory. I'm out in the field and I talk to people all the time in this about networking and marketing and business development. And I hear a lot about what is Victory doing? Why are they doing this? And what's the deal with this whole thing? And I'm like, so today was really, my goal for being here today with all of you is to really have you understand all of the why. So there's no more questions, no more saying, I heard this from this person, you're hearing it from all of us right now. So why the acquisition? And so the goal of Victory is not to take over the whole island and take over everything, because they kind of popped up out of nowhere, right? Everyone was like, and I explained this to the doctors when I first met them, like, you guys just popped up all over, and everyone was like, who are they and why are they here? So it's not to take over everything, but really the main thing about Victory and one of the major reasons for my merger with Victory was because of their value system and what they stood for. And it's the same thing as my beliefs. So they provide quality care, and that's what it's about. There's 1,000 million places that we could refer our clients to, but why here, and why do you make the referrals to the places that you make them to? And these are my whys. So let me start with sharing about the people that made this decision easier for me. So Moshe, to start. Moshe is the visionary behind Victory. His no one left behind theory is something so in alignment with my being. I cannot tell you how many phone calls I've received over the years where my admin calls and said, I think we have to refer this one out. And I said, absolutely not. You're going to do that intake and we're taking that client, because how many other places have they called? When you hear, I mean, we do this every day. I called 15 places, no one answered. I'm answering and you're going to come to me and I'm going to see what's going on. So no one's a one size fits all across our field. However, North Shore Relationship Center and Victory are both the place that you can go to when the world tells you that you no longer fit in and they don't know where you go. So we create the space and we make the space to make sure that you fit. So that's my thing on you, Moshe. Paolo, Dr. Coppola. He is a human, and as you were all speaking, I'm like, I've got this down. I got these things down, right? He's a human with such a fire energy inside of him that's really contagious to help as many people as possible. And that's me. So a lot of you know me, and that's my fire energy. He's a driving force behind the no one left behind theory, and the doctor who says we need service lines for deficits and areas for people that are still sick and suffering. And that's the second alignment with my being. Dr. Salvatore is the most kind and knowledgeable human I have ever met. We met after North Shore Relationship Center sublet a space on Broadway in Massapequa. That's how my first encounter with him. And he was my lifeline then. He owed me nothing, but every time I had a text message, a question about what was going on with my space, I would text him and he would answer me right away. And he always made me feel really safe and comfortable, especially in these new endeavors that we're doing and new offices that we're opening. So, and even from that to an emergency that I had last week with a client, I had no idea what to do. I was like, what do I do? Call Dr. Salvatore. He answered the phone right away. And he didn't only assist with that situation with the client, he called me back a week later to make sure that everything was okay and followed up with me 2 more times. And he's a very busy doctor, so that just shows you the personality. Now, Patrick is not here. Patrick is another owner for Victory, and if you met him, you'd be like, he walks in, he's like one of those people that walks off an airplane, like in the middle of nowhere on the red carpet. That's what he reminds you of when you meet him. I love him. I love him so much. So you could tell him that after. Do you agree? That's what he looks like, right? It's true. Okay, so Patrick is a soul igniter for me. And I spent a majority of my life researching entrepreneurship, like the 4-hour work week, like how do we work without working, you know? And Patrick encompasses the human that can ask you 5 questions that will change your whole life. So every inquisition, he creates a whole lifeline of philosophical thinking that inspires me in all my working days. His attention to detail, mindfulness, attentiveness is next to none and in line with the work we are taught. Questions are interventions, and that's molded me into a better person over the last year. So now my why of merging with Victory Recovery Partners, I wanted to expand service lines and I wanted to offer more to my staff. And as you know, if anyone's a private practitioner like myself, I see quite a few of you over here, we kind of hit the ceiling, like what else can we offer and how can we keep our staff, how can we make everybody happy and how can we touch more people? But you can't always do it alone. So Moshe always speaks about the main struggle across the human population, which is loneliness. And a majority of my days as an owner felt really, really lonely. So joining the team for Victory, I would say they really ended up being my family. Like I walked in my first day of my merger, Christina hugged me and she's like, welcome to our family. And I was like, this is the nicest feeling in the entire world. So it's created a space for North Shore to grow into the space I've always dreamed it could go. I just never knew how it was going to get there. It's constant support. We uplift each other all the time. So it's not just a facade, it's really what it is. And Hannah is like, when you meet Hannah, she's like a light that crosses the entire room. That's what Victory feels like to me. And I know for sure in my heart engaging in this merger was 100% the right decision for myself and my staff and for our community. So thank you all for coming. I'm really grateful that you're here.